All right, let's go ahead and have a seat in your pods, please.
We don't know where that is. There's no table markers. I don't even know what that is. I did look at the email. I know what pod I'm in. I don't know who's running my pod.
What pod number?
8.
Oh, you got
8.
you got Dawu and Norman.
Dawood, I guess.
Dawu.
And Dickie's looking for pod 3. He's looking for pod 3. Where is it?
All right, the sooner you are sitting at your table, check in, the sooner we get out of here.
Bond Quad. Bond Quad. Bond Quad. Right over there. Hey, Bob, right over there.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Quiet, quiet, please. Quiet. All right. Thank you for those members who showed up in person and those who are online, webinar. First, I want to let you know about a charity event in Goochland County. It's on February, quiet please, let me get this through. February 29th, 2020 at 8 a.m. is for Special Olympics. They're looking for a few officials to help them out. Let me know at 7:30 when we finish tonight if you would like to volunteer. I know there's 1 or 2 and maybe 4 officials or so to help them out at Goochland High School. All right? Now, as you know, we're starting the pod system. If you're unaware of where you're at or what table, we want all the pod members to sit together. Aaron will explain a little bit more if there's any questions about that. Make sure you check in with Zach at the front. Remember, your attendance is part of your responsibility as well. Don't wait until June, July, and August to say, hey, I was there in November. I want my $25 back. Doesn't work that way. When the books are closed, they're closed. Every year, I'll make this announcement every meeting from now until the end of the season. Check your attendance. Make sure your name is marked. Check your attendance. Make sure your name is marked. All right, it's part of your responsibility as well. So make sure you're checking that. All right. Where is Dr. Gene? Is he here today? Dr. Gene. Anyway, yeah, he's back there. I'd like to, again, thank him and his staff for coming in last meeting, checking blood pressure, conversations about prostate, colon cancers, and those sorts of things. We'll hopefully do that again That was a huge success, in my opinion, and greatly appreciated. Of course, I can never divulge names or anything like that, but since then, a member has been diagnosed with sort of cancer, and was caught early. So we're thankful for that. Our member is healing, and he'll talk about his experiences when he feels a little better to talk about it, all right? So it's just a reminder, take care of your health, all right? Remember, you should be parked in the football parking lot area. You should not be parked in the bus loop. They allow us to come here, so make sure that there's no trash, none of that stuff. Everything is left in order. I want training, because most of you already got some schedules for scrimmage games. So I don't have a lot. If any of you guys have a question for me, anything. All right, Mr. Aaron, I think you're in 10 minutes next.
Good afternoon. First, let's say congratulations to Mr. Brandon. He ran his 26th marathon yesterday. He let me know he was running. Did anybody else run? Okay, so it's even more. Congratulations. All right. We need to go ahead and get registered. You are still having trouble with whistle, or if the trouble is just you haven't done what you're supposed to do, please get that taken care of. We cannot utilize you in a game if you're not registered with BHSA. The test is open, and it will be open for free until the 23rd. And after the 23rd, they're gonna take it down, then they'll put it back up with an extra fee attached. I do not know what the fee is going to be. I suggest that we go ahead and knock that test out. We have a little over a week. Let's get this thing taken care of. Also, the clinic is, what it's worth, it's open. I don't know, I'm not sure what the clinic is this year. So, okay. The clinic is open, but go through it. We will not get a receipt for finishing the clinic. So please don't call me and say I didn't get a receipt and I finished the clinic. So just take the time, go through it. It's about 50 slides. And I guess they can tell who opened it and who didn't. I don't think that's going to be a hurdle, but please look at it because that's what we're supposed to be doing. But we will not get a certificate. Scrimmages. Got several calls about scrimmages. Only thing I can say, it's a necessary evil. Okay? I can't do anything about it. It's part of the program. It will help you because you can begin to see plays. I have been to 3 scrimmages. What I've seen so far is that we got to work on rough play. We got to disseminate those dives for the ball. If I dive for the ball and I take somebody down, you got to put a whistle on it. We also want to be conscious of any play that causes the teams to run in and huddle. We have to position ourselves to officiate any of those huddle plays. Does everybody understand what I mean when they come in running in the huddle? That means when we have a hard foul, and then everybody from their team come running in. So those are plays we need to be prepared for. So while I hate to do scrimmages, utilize them to help you call plays. They are in early season form, so you're gonna have a lot of oddball stuff. Take your time, let's slow down, get plays right, do it early. Schedule. I am prepared to send out at least the first week, probably tonight or tomorrow, and I'll probably be sending out the second week a day later. So I'll tell you now, if I go in and I look at your block and it has nothing written in it, it doesn't have 7 to 3:30, it doesn't have 8 to 5, it's a problem. Because I'm gonna look at it as like, you ready to work that 2:30 game? Or you ready to work, St. Catherine's, they'll have a game at 3 o'clock, the varsity game at 3 o'clock. So I need to know if you are available. So take the time and go in and update your blocks. If you work 8 to 5, all you have to do is put 8 to 5. Arbiter adds travel time. It won't let you take a 5:30 game if you're an hour away, or 60 miles away. It will not allow me to put you in that game. So I don't need any extra notes saying I get off at 5, but I'll be ready around 6. Just put in your work hours. Arbiter will help us do the rest. But that is my main means of communication. So if you have not taken the time to do that, please take care of that tonight. Christmas holiday is extremely busy for us. If you know for a fact that you're going to be out of the town, out of country, whatever, please block those days out. On the other side of that, if you are off your regular schedule, go in or give me a call saying I'm off the week of Christmas. Because we literally have games all day, and you can help. Most games start around 12 noon during the holidays. So if you have an adjusted schedule, or even if you have a schedule during the regular year that you don't think I know about, that could be helpful, you may call or shoot me an email. Working different levels. When a school hires us, when they give us the contract, they hire us for every level. My job is to make sure that we are able to handle every level. What that takes is sometimes when you haven't been working a JV game, that you take a JV game and you work with a trainer. And you show them how to make sure the game is run right. So it's gonna happen. You will see, for most cases, you're gonna see a JV game on your schedule at least once this year. And that's part of our program to make sure that we don't get caught. The last thing I want is for somebody to say, I can do the JV schedule better than they can, because they don't care about the JV. So we have to begin to make sure those games are handled and run appropriately. And to do that, we need some of our officials to go back and make sure that the young officials know how to run the game. If you have an issue with it, give me a call or talk offline. I'm not asking you to do it every night, but I need you to understand, if you see it, that's why. It's not a judgment on how well you're doing. It's a judgment on what the association needs. We have done a good job of evaluating people to come out and evaluate. Their job is not necessarily to come into the locker room with you, but to let us know what's going on out on the floor. Now, if you have an interest in getting some feedback from evaluators the night of the game, you're more than welcome to ask them to come in. What we're not going to do is create a situation where you're going to debate somebody that's coming out to evaluate. So if you invite them in your locker room, you're asking for a detailed evaluation. I have told them, stay out of the locker room. So if you invite them, don't call me and tell me, he had the nerve to tell me I missed the track. You invited them in. Okay? So be prepared. You're gonna have everybody who from Lambert who's gonna want to see you do everything right. To Antoinette, who's more caring about how she was received. To Mr. Stone, who only care about you doing it how it's supposed to be done. So, while we want the evaluations done, we're not going to be in the locker room debating and arguing and fighting against each other. Let's see. Now, any given night, we may have 40 girls varsity games and 10 boys varsity games. On another night, it may be reversed. I'm going to try to keep things as even keel as we can. But if you've got days blocked out, don't come to me and say, I only got one game this week. You got one game this week because you had the rest of the days blocked out. If you get off at 6 o'clock, I'm limited to where I can utilize you. So I won't be able to use you as much as someone that gets off at 2. That's not overly complicated. If they're available, they're gonna have more signs. Now, moving on. One of the things that they pushed on us, and I say pushed on us because we had some conversation, was VHSL's idea of sportsmanship and what violates. So the 3 top things they said this year: any unneeded abuse should be addressed as non-sportsmanship. Indirect profanity. That means if you overhear something, which you shouldn't really be overhearing, if that's what they want, should be listed as non-sporting. In any kind of racial slur. I know that shouldn't have to be said, but it needs to be said, because a lot of people are like, I don't want to hear it, I ain't hear it. But if I hear it, if somebody at the table hear it, you hear it, that means we got to take care of it. And they are looking for you to take care of it. So again, this is what they've identified as non-sportsmanship. So again, don't break into jail, but do take care of business. And oftentimes we are confronted with things that we are unprepared for. And what I'm telling you is go out there and be ready. Don't be surprised. If you have questions about scheduling, arbiter, getting evaluated, or pods, shoot me an email. We'll try to get things going in the right direction. The pod is meant for you to have a voice. Each pod is led by elected people. They are there for you to talk to, and if you have an issue, have them bring it to the executive committee. That's one of the main reasons that we created it. Your pods are going to be getting together, and that's your opportunity to say to your pod leader, I feel like we need to be talking about this a little bit. Or, I like to have some discussions about this. Then we always have the resource of our interpreter. If you have a rules issue, shoot him an email or give him a call. He will respond. But again, the pods are meant to break down into smaller groups, to hear more voices, to give people what they need, to keep growing and officiating, and to bring us a little closer together. Are there any questions of me? All right. Do not take an assignment from me if you do not have our uniform. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to make this very quick. I want to reaffirm what Aaron said about the clinic. It's for those of you that have taken it, you know that it's very short. It's like 15 minutes. Don't think because you don't get any indication that Big Brother doesn't know that we have or have not taken it. They do. They're trying to match up the new program that they've gone on with Whistle. So eventually it will come out on Whistle. They're having to hand record everybody who's participated in the clinic, which is a whole other issue in itself. So that should finish up sometime around mid-June. But nevertheless, you do not get any indication at all. No red lights, no green lights, no confirmation, no diploma, no anything. It says that they know that you've completed the clinic, but they know. So don't not complete the clinic. It's so short that you can get through the thing, like I said, it's 15 minutes long. Very quickly, a couple of the new rules that we went over last time, but I want to reaffirm because now we get into the schedule, both the scrimmage as well as games. Remember this year, the player can roll their pants waist over or down, or whatever you want to call it. Cannot have multiple, cannot, N-O-T, and multiple logos on what is showing. Only one logo may show. So if multiple logos show, then they need to roll it to some configuration that doesn't have more than one logo. The drawstrings are up to you. I would advise you to simply ask them to put the drawstrings in, but the main thing is they can roll those over. Backcourt is again the most simplest call of all. You have to see it, number one. The offensive team cannot be the last to touch the ball in front court and the first to touch it in backcourt. The rule is that simple. It doesn't matter how, where, when. It can't be the last to touch it in front court and the first to touch it in backcourt. 2 or 3 questions that I've had. You guys can keep calling if you haven't done your tests. I've taken 731 tests now. Got 100 on all but 2, got 98 on those 2. But the questions that seem to be giving people problems are, number one, when does this sub become legal? When they're beckoned onto the floor to answer that question. Not when they report, not when they step on, because they can step on the floor and if there's multiple free throws, tell them to go back. It's when they're beckoned on the floor. Remember, they have to report to be legal. If they enter the game and they haven't reported, they become legal if the ball becomes alive. So if it's alive, it's too late to do anything about it, they're in the game. Not alive, we do what we need to do. But once they report, they get back and on. They're a player at that point until one of two things happens, other than a period. They're a player until they're substituted for. Once they're substituted into the game, they become bench personnel. Or until they're disqualified. And they're not disqualified and don't become bench personnel until you tell the coach. That's why the system is tell the coach, tell them to start the clock, inform the player. So the system for all of us should be this year with no one on their own. There's a loose count. If somebody's disqualified, we always inform the coach first. Now that player is bench personnel. Now it becomes the responsibility of the coach. Now that there's any judgments on their actions as far as those sporting-like issues, it's also charged indirectly to the head coach. So tell the coach, start the clock, tell the player. Last question that seems to be confusing and is even misread, to be misread, is the one where they ask you about which team gets the points if the ball enters from below. And the key is they ask you if the ball enters from below. Not if someone reaches up through the basket and touches the ball. That's where they're trying to trick you. Because remember, the ball going up through the net becomes a violation of the last person's team to touch the ball once it clears the rim. Not the net, not halfway through the rim, it has to clear the rim. If it clears the rim, last team to touch it, that's a violation. There are no points on that. That doesn't even involve pass interference or those things. So, if you need some help on your chest, I got 5 or 6 people that called me today or text me the question. I'll try to help you out with the rules reference. Take some time to look in the book. It's in there. You might have to look for it, but we can figure this thing out together. We don't want anybody to get a bad grade, so I'll help anybody that needs some help.
Remember, if you have a question about any rule, please send that to Mr. Stone. Don't just ask. Look it up in the book, give a rules reference. I did so yesterday, and within, I don't know, a minute or two, Mr. Stone has sent me an email back, hey, I should get right back to you, and he did. And that was one of those questions he brought, it was on my test. I felt was a trick question. Because I had the rules and I had probably 2 or 3 paragraphs saying, sure, but it says this, but it says this, but it says this. And it's all he explained to me as he explained to you. So, all right, everybody check in, right?
All our 4 members are kind of scattered over. I hate to do this, but if y'all can sit over there on that corner, in that section, so I can get you guys activated. Me and Tim are these are Power 4. Anybody in Power 4, please go over there in that corner by the white Minute Maid drink machine. Please, I'm asking you to make sure you got everything done. So if you're in the pod, it's a great time to get to your pod. If you're in pod 2, but if you're in pod 4, look at it. Pod 4 is going to be over in the corner. Thank you.
All right, move quickly so we can finish up training so we can get out of here. All right, training committee, you're on.
Is Tommy Owens here? Tommy Owens. Here. Okay.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Okay, have we settled down in our pod? Okay. Okay, I need everyone's attention. Very good. I think it's a wonderful idea, but the pause, so I just found out and learned something. You're not sitting with your friend that you always sit with. You're sitting with other people and you get a chance to learn other people in your board. So I think it's just a wonderful idea. And it's a change, it's something different. Okay, let's get started. You should be excited now. Scrimmages are coming out, games are coming out. You've been in training during the summertime. You want to know, is Aaron going to move me up to be a referee? Am I going to get varsity basketball game this year? Or do I still stay in the JV level? So this should be an exciting time for all of us anyway. I know this is a very exciting time for me. During this time of the year, last month, I was wondering, okay, am I going to get a schedule? How many games am I going to get? You're thinking about that. You've been training all summer long. So all of you guys, when you go home at night, get the uniform out. Look at your uniform. Look at your pants. Look at your shirt. Make sure it fits properly. We got a golden opportunity this year. Aaron last time told me we gained what, five more schools. So this is a wonderful opportunity for all of us. So let's take advantage of it. We want them to say the Richmond board is very professional all the time. They know the rules. They in good shape. And they got great mechanics. And we will continue on to get schools. So this should be on your mind right now. It's not about you, it's about all of us. And what we're going to try to do, the training committee, what we're trying to do is better the whole board. Not for Haywood or Craig. We want everybody to get better. And if everybody gets better, we want Aaron's job to be hard this year. He want to sit down and write how many people I want to send to the state. I want them to say, wow, I got over 100 guys I can send to the state. So we're going to work on that this year, okay? And we're going to do something a little different in our training. We want you involved, because we don't know all the answers. We're going to want you involved in our meetings, and we're going to bring you involved in our meetings. More people are going to talk this year from the training committee, okay? So a little different this year. First of all, how many of you, this family, came to the summer training where we went at Armstrong High School and we was over at Howard Springs? Whether you was a veteran came to observe or you was a person on the floor. This time, let's see how many people came. Now, okay, we're getting involved, we're getting better. For those people that didn't stand, we want you out there next year. Now you can have a seat. We want you out there next year. Because I hear this from the veteran. The veteran say, hey, I don't know those young guys. I don't know those guys. Perfect opportunity this summer. Come out to Armstrong. Come out to Howard Springs. Work with the young people so they get better. And the board gets better. And we all get better. Okay? So this time we're going to do something a little different. On our training committee is Scott Bennett, Damon Allen, and Todd has something that he wants to show you quickly. And we're going to go in that order. Scott Bennett is going to talk about floor coverage. And we have shot clock issues this year. In the prep league, we're doing shot clock. And he's going to share with you. Damon Allen has violation at the free throw line. We have so many things happening at that free throw line, and we want you to prepare. Then I will come back to wrap it up and talk about a major thing that I sit down with the coaches this summer, and they told me that we need to improve. Okay? So Todd, would you come up? He has something that he wants to show you. And then Scott, would you prepare yourself to come up? And then Damon after that.
Good evening, everyone. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Todd Barnes. As David said, I've been working with the training committee for a few years. Before you, this is a picture from this afternoon. I don't know if everybody in the back can see it. You see a group of young men all huddled together, embracing, arm around each other. when we see this as sports officials or as spectators happening on a playing field, what comes to mind that you see before you here that may have occurred to cause such an event that is really uncommon for a sporting event, right? I can think of a couple, we'll make you guys guess. That it was a true showing of sportsmanship, right? They were so moved by this game that they got together afterwards and said this was a fantastic game, right? That comes to mind. It could have been that there was such a terrible injury to a player that these players all came together to say, hey, we need to support this situation. It was neither of those. It was something even more extreme. Without going into all the details that led up to it, the situation that occurred was a couple players got tangled on the sidelines. It was a hard foul. There resulted in parents coming to the aid and to the rescue of these athletes and getting involved in the game to the point that this game was canceled, right? So it was a very interesting turn of events, but the parents got so involved and the situation became so heated that the refs had to cancel the game. And I say this, and I brought this up to Haywood to present, because as a sports official watching the match and sitting with another sports official watching the match, we saw what was going on in the game. We saw the intensity increasing, and we saw the contact and the reactions of players. Again, we're talking about teenage boys here, but we saw what was going on, and we could see the escalation. And this wasn't necessarily all the parents. This started within the game as us sports officials not taking care of business. And that's really the message that I wanted to convey tonight, was that we get a chance starting this week and in a few weeks when the season begins to set the tone. Every year, Aaron will talk about it, Jerry will talk about it, others will talk about it. That we're in control of this game. We need to start from the beginning of the season, setting the table for those officials that come to that gym behind us. We can't let things go because it didn't seem like it was that bad. We need to judge the game by the rules that are presented to us and in a consistent manner each week, right, or each night, sorry. But again, this is a preventable situation. It took away a fantastic game opportunity from these student athletes, and it was a really unfortunate situation that occurred. The parents are the ones to blame, but certainly there was a precipitation that started within the game that led to those parents becoming involved. And again, we need to take care of what we need to take care of. So that's my message.
Which one?
How y'all doing? Good, good. So, I apologize, I wasn't able to make it last week, or last meeting due to a prior engagement, so I'm gonna try to get through both clock awareness, which was I was going to do last week, as well as court coverage, which is similar to the presentation I gave last year for those of y'all that were here. Clock awareness, you have a thing to point, or you'll speak. So it's one of the biggest opportunities to help out as a crew, to save the crew if you need, to stand out as an official if you're trying to rise in the ranks. Having outstanding clock awareness on each possession and throughout the entire game from start to finish. So from start to finish, I've actually had 2 games already this season that have started the clock early, didn't start it after the ball got tipped. So even from the start, so make sure you discuss it in your pregame. It's important. It gets missed in the pregame. Talk about it. What are the different situations that we can think about? This year, they're going to start out doing some shot clocks in some schools. Most of you will have games that do not have shot clocks, but then you might get a game in the season, 1 or 2, that does have a shot clock. So be ready, be aware, talk about it in your pregame. Don't start the game off with a bad clock. Confirm with the table. So your referee, your crew chief, make sure that the clocks are starting right.
How many people have had games where the person at the table, you look over and they're texting, right? Raise your hands. Everybody should be raising their hands. Those at home, it's everybody. So go over it, go to the table, make sure they understand what is going on, when to start and stop the shot clock, when to start the game clock, when to stop it. And make sure that it operates, make sure that it's working. Make sure they click it. So get to the tables and test the clocks. All right. Tip off, always double check your clocks before the initial jump. Sometimes we'll start and the clocks don't say 8 minutes or 6 minutes for the quarter. Right, make sure they start off correctly, and then as soon as that tip goes, make sure that clock is going. If we re-jump or have a violation, what happens, I'm sure a lot of y'all have had a re-jump, where you have to start it over, bad throw, or there's a help ball immediately. Make sure that clock goes back. All right. So every time you're in transition, look at the clocks. Right, so every time I go from lead to trail, trail to lead, slot to slot, or center to center, check the clocks. Look up, check the clocks, especially if you're in a game that has a shot clock situation. The best way to train yourself on shot clock situations, if I'm at 6:52, it's a 30-second shot clock, I'm thinking 6:22. Right, 6:22 is my number. That way, if we have a situation, we know that that number should be at 6:22. If we have a shot clock violation, and that clock is at 6:21, 6:20 is after the shot. It might take a couple seconds to land without hitting the rim, right? So we know that we need to take the clock back to 6:22 for shot clock violation. Every time you are rotating, I'm going trail to lead, I'm going trail, I'm closing in trail, I'm going to be the new center. Take a look at the clocks. Going from center to trail, I'm coming out, check the clocks. Balls on the opposite side, check the clocks. This is something we miss a lot. It's easy to check the clocks when we're starting a play. It's hard to get in the habit of checking the clocks when somebody blows the whistle. Very hard to do that. So if those of you who actually train and look in the mirror and do your mechanics, think about that in the game situation. Think about that as you're doing the mechanics. It's not just out of bounds. Clock, out of bounds. Right? I got foul, clock. You know, ball's going to be here. So work on that helmet. All right. Train yourself to quickly. You have to work on clocks to be good at it. We talked about mechanics at home. So, shot clock violations. You got to know your rules. We don't have enough time to go over all the rules of the shot clock violations. But know your rules, understand them, understand when there is a shot clock violation, and understand what the clock needs to be at if you do have a shot clock violation. It is very easy to miss resetting the clocks back or getting it wrong with the shot clock violation. So make sure you go back, read the rule book, understand shot clock violations. But also with the game clock, know where the clock is. Don't get surprised at the end of each quarter if you have a shot and the horn's about to ring. Don't get surprised. It's easy to get surprised. So be perfect on clocks at the end of each period. Don't let 1 or 2 seconds run off the clock and not fix it. Don't be afraid to go over to the table and fix the clocks. I know it can be intimidating. You say, I just want to get this game over. It's not fair to that team that's going to lose by 1 point. And they had an end of the game situation, but they didn't get the shot off. They had a second left, right? Go to the table and fix it, especially at the end of the game. All right. I'm not sure. Maybe I can send those plays out.
I can post them.
Yeah, we'll post these plays right here to try to get through it. We'll post these plays. Good plays though, into the game situations. Understanding, making sure the clock doesn't start, and if it does, to stop it immediately, making sure that we're good at the end of the game. All right, core coverage. Basic positions, center, you're going to start at the free throw line extended, trail 45-degree angle. So if I'm trail, this is the midcourt sideline, 45-degree angle. I can see the whole place. Lead outside shoulder on the ball line. So my outside shoulder is going to be on the ball line. Ball line is, I think it's the next foot. Yeah. So a ball, no matter where it goes, it's there. If it goes here, now you got a ball line there, a ball line there. If it's here, ball line here, ball line there. outside shoulder at the ball line. It keeps it simple. Another term people use is mirroring the ball. But just think about ball lines. That ball's here, my outside shoulder is on. Ball comes in, my outside shoulder needs to get in. That's lead. Same thing with trail. When you're coming up the court, stay behind the ball line. That ball's right in front of me. I'm behind the ball line here. I'm behind the ball line there. Right, this is sideline. All right, here we go. When the ball leaves trail, I'm coming up the court, sideline, mid-court, I'm coming up the court. When that ball goes away, and you see center picking it up, and you have to watch center's eyes, don't just assume he's gonna pick it up. Once center picks it up, we got it closed. So we're gonna start at the 28-foot mark. I know Haywood has said this a couple times. Some courts don't have this 28-foot mark. A good judgment is a little bit above the top of the arc extended. It's good judgment, a little bit higher than that. But the 28-foot mark is where we want to start and trail. Once that ball goes away, we're going to close, right? Once he picks it up, now I got all balls as far as court coverage. Trail and lead closes down. So that ball goes over here, slot picks it up, trail closes, lead closes to get outside the ball line, or stay outside the ball line, and be ready to rotate. All right. Center. So what, if I'm in center, free throw line extended, and the ball comes to me, what we're going to try to get everybody to do, I know this is different what a lot of people have done, but what we're going to try to get everybody to do, we talked a little bit about it last year, if that ball's right in the middle and it makes you decide, we're going to open love, right? If it makes you decide, we'll open love. That's the basket. Terminology is open love, right? Doesn't mean dive, right? Just means open low. It's one step from open and low. Now, if that ball is inside you, it's okay to go high. But we want to stay low because the game of basketball is going towards the basket. Yes, that's over here. Going towards the basket. The game of basketball doesn't go away. It goes towards the basket. Stay low. And as that ball is here and lead is rotating, stay and officiate until the play finishes. Let the ball take you out. Right? I'm here. I close low. I open low. I'm sorry. Lead rotates, there's action, stay. Too many times we see guys bailing out. As soon as you bail out, you're disengaging from the play. 87% of fouls are missed from disengaging from the play. Write that down. Now I knew that, just made it up. So, all right, here we go. Open, low, and center. That's all. If the ball makes you decide, open low, stay in efficient. Rotations, to rotate, free throw line extended, if that ball is free throw line extended and it settles, rotate. Lead should already be closed down here, it's a bad picture. Lead should already be closed down here. If that ball is free throw line or below and it settles, rotate. Very simple. Very simple. If it is up here, way up here, and you're trying to set up a play, there's no need to rotate it. There's no need to rotate. Keep it simple. The ball is free throw line extended or below, or at least close to it, and it settles, rotate. And again, slot, stay and officiate. If there's action, let the ball take you out.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
If I have two men on that side, they're still banging against each other as the lead. Should I rotate over on that side right there?
If there's two men banging?
Yeah, there's still two guys on that side still playing hard against each other on that side.
If there's two players banging, you should stay and officiate this. More than likely, they're going to come over. But yes, if they're there, make sure there's nothing going on. As soon as they break, rotate. Good point. Good point. All right. And you can rotate too. If it's not, I'm assuming you're talking egregious physical. And if they're just there and it's a matchup, that's okay. I'm rotating like this. We'll talk in a minute. I have secondary defenders. I don't have this primary defender coming over here. This is my action right here. I'm just rotating so I can get better angles on it. All right. The other key, ball in the corner. Quick pass, skip pass, balls in the corner, rotate. You gotta go. Gotta get there. And I like to jog over sometimes, especially if I'm late, especially if the ball's in the corner. I like that. Get over there. But anyways, get over there. Ball's in the corner, go. Center stay and officiate. Once the rotation happens and there's action down here and this ball comes here, stay and officiate. Don't bail. Don't bail. All right. When not to rotate, quick pass, shot, or drive. If I'm rotating the quick drive, boom, stay. When the stuff starts, when the action starts, you stop. When there's a drive, you stop. When the action starts, you stop. All right, here's coverage real quick. We've all seen this pad. And this is for 2-man, this is for 3-man. This past week, 2 days ago, we had a guy get injured, had to work 2-man, about 5 minutes. So know your 2-man coverage, because it can happen. Go back here real quick. If it started, so this is slots area, this is leads area, this is trails area. That only, and that matters on your primary defenders, right? So if I have a hand check, if I have an illegal screen, if I have a charge or a block, there's action, that's yours. And if I have a play that starts in my area and it's a primary defender, he goes to the basket, I have that play, even if it goes from here and goes in the trails and in the leads, it's still my play. I have it all the way to the basket, right? Now that doesn't mean that I might not have the best angle on it, but that's my play. If it starts in the green, it could go into blue and yellow and it's still my play, because that's the primary defender. Lead is going to take all secondary defenders. That doesn't mean that stops when it hits green. If it's a secondary defender and he's over here, that still leads ball. Secondary defender, right? Again, he may not have the best angle and the best call, but that is his primary for secondary defenders. Yes, if there's action and there's shots in here, that is his shot. If there's action here, that is his play. If there's action here, it's hard to judge that, leave it alone, especially up high for lead. But secondary defenders, block charges, big play, block charges. Secondary defender, lead ball. All right. Shot and rebound coverage. This is in your manual, so go check this out. But slot or center, if there's a shot over here, lead has that. Center has weak side rebounding. Trail has perimeter rebounding. Shots over here, where on lead side, trail has strong side perimeter rebounding. Center has weak side rebounding. All right. Press coverage. Don't bail out. Trail new lead. Don't bail out. Press coverage. Everybody knows. Everybody's heard that. But yeah, we all do it, including me. Don't bail out. I like to hustle. I like to get down trail lead quick, and it hurts me because I mess this up. Right. So don't get that bail out too quickly. All right. I just put this in there. Foul reporting area. Too many times, and again, I do this as well. We call foul, we're in the lead, and we're going 3, right? Get out there, foul reporting here. Right. Then go back to your spot. Timeouts, I just put this as far as court coverage. 30 seconds here at the top, and then 60 seconds. Trails here, whoever's going to take the ball, and it's going to be at the ball spot, and then your other 2 partners are going to be there. I know that was quick. Anyone have any questions on court coverage or 3-man mechanics, 2-man mechanics? Didn't really go over that much, but you might have any questions? Yeah.
I had a clock game yesterday, and the question is, are we doing high school mechanics on the 10-second count backcourt, or college is there's no 10, there's no visual? So
The question was for everybody at home, in backcourt, in a shot clock situation, a shot clock game, are we still going to count, or are we just going to use the clock? We are still going to count, but try to stay with the clock, right? Which is much quicker than everybody counts, right? This is about the speed of the actual seconds, right? So we are still going to count, is that all right? Yeah, still counting. Good question. Any other questions? Awesome. Thank you all.
Okay, anyone have any questions at all of Scott, primary defender, secondary defender, what he said, lead will have secondary defenders. Lead will have a secondary defender. Play start in your area, very important, you take that play all the way to the basket. Okay, even in the trail, take the play all the way to the basket. Keep past that primary defender, now you can come into the secondary defender. Then the lead play. Okay? Any questions about court coverage at all? Please ask me. This is where we get it out of the way. No, there's no bad question. Okay. Violence.
Good evening. For those who don't know, I'm Damon Allen. First, I want to say good evening to all of my Buckeye fans, my Cowboys fans, and my Lakers fans. All right. Y'all notice me and LeBron, we like all the same teams, Cowboys, Lakers, Buckeyes, because we're both from Ohio. All right, so we're going to talk about free throw violations. So we're going to have a little fun with this. We're going to do a little I talk to you, you talk back to me. We treat it like church. If I say something you like or you agree with, you say amen. I say something you don't like, you disagree with, you say Okay? Amen? All right. All right, so when we talk about free throw violations, a lot of times in a game we say we're going up and down the court 3, 4, 5 trips. If you're working in Rico or some of the schools that like to get up and down the floor, first thing we kind of look at our partner and say we need to find a foul so we can rest, right? So we can take a break. Somebody please call a foul. I was in a game with 2 senior guys one year, and we had like Highland Springs and Rico. And we made like 8 or 9 trips down the floor. And I looked over and one partner's thing, so I called a foul. So Coach Harmon said, "Damn." I said, "Coach, look at my partners." He said, "All right." But that's really not the time to rest. We joke about that, and we get out the window, so we want to take a break. But that's not really our time to rest, because a lot of things happen during free throws that can mess our game up. There's all kinds of things that we need to be aware of. So there's an adage that says, when the ball becomes dead, we become alive. All right? So for free throws, and when we see blanks up there, that's for you all to fill in the answer. All right. Anytime we're going to be anywhere on the court, but especially when we're doing free throw coverage, first of all, you have to be in the proper position. Go ahead. To make the right call. There we go. All right, keep going. All right, so positioning. First of all, we want to start out at the 28-foot line. The book says that the trail is supposed to be the 28-foot line just inside the table side sideline boundary. That's what the book says. What else is at the 28-foot line sideline boundary? The coach. So if you just made a controversial call that he didn't like, somebody's best player stood foul, now you've got to stand over here next to the coach. Now that's what the book says. Now we're not going to run away from the coach, but there might not be the right time that we want to be over there by the coach, because he's going to do what? Talk about your mama, right? So when he starts talking about your mama, now we have to impose behavior modification. So the 500 level of that, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Go ahead. All right, so we can see up here, a little in the corner. I don't know if y'all can see that. So the trail is going to be right near the 28-foot line, near the sideline boundary. But the 500 level of that is, go ahead, Jim. My recommendation, this is not what the book says. I'm going to tell you what the book says, and then I'm going to tell you what the 500 level says. So don't say Damon told you to do something different. Do what the book says, but then you have the 500. You got to do common sense in these games, right? I recommend on the first free throw, move out here. All right? Closer, not at half court, but down here where you can see, but farther out. Onto the floor. So that way, if he talks about your mama, everybody can hear it. So then when you have to do behavior modification, everybody heard it. Amen? All right. So in that first free throw, I will come right there. Then when your lead starts to administer the ball on the second free throw, Now we can move over to our 28-foot line. Go back. Now we can move over to the 28-foot line. Now you have time to talk to you or talk about your mama, all right? Because now you got to focus on what's going to happen the next play, all right? So you can forget about that. All right, go ahead. Next one. Next. All right, go back one. Go back one, I'm sorry. Now, if you're out here, anybody been in the game with somebody who's working out here on the free throw? We're gonna, if we get to it, we get some tape, have some tape. We don't want to be out here at half court. You cannot make a call that's believable from 42 feet away. If you make a call out there, what's the coach gonna say? Go ahead. What's the coach gonna say? Come on, man. All right. Sometimes I'm in the game where they would hit, come on, man. All right. So we cannot make calls from half court. You can't help me as my partner if I look up and you're 42 feet away and you have to make a call. It's a hard sell. So get down to the 28-foot line and stay engaged. And when the free throw goes up, we always want to step down anyway, and that helps us to stay engaged. Don't worry about getting beat down the floor, because these kids in high school are going to be 14 to 18, I guess, every year. We're going to get a year older. So don't worry about getting beat down the floor. Get down there and help us with that play. All right, next. All right, the slot. So the center, we're going to be halfway between the free throw lane line and the sideline. Okay, so we're going to be halfway between the free throw lane line and the sideline. Now, that's what the book says. Let me give you some 500 level. Just above the free throw lane line, and I'm not saying you got to go out there and count, but come about 6 feet in off the sideline and 3 foot back from the free throw lane line. Because now you can see the shooter, you can see the opposite free throw lane line where your violations are, and then you have your same side rebound coverage. All right? Next. All right. So our slot, we're going to be, or our center, again, about 6 feet from the sideline and about 3 foot back from the free throw lane. Any questions on that? Amen? All right, next. Lead. We're going to be 4 feet from the near end line. Off the end line. I keep seeing officials in games standing on the end line. Is it because we're lazy? Is it because we're watching the NBA? This is high school. Let's use the high school mechanics. All right, when in Rome, do as Rome. Do not stand on the bottom lane line next to the player. It's going to cause you a problem. You might think that you need to come over there and say something, but if he hits the 2-shot free throw and he thinks it's one and he moves and he elbows you in the face, then you're going to want to throw him out of the game. Do not stand next to that player. Do you agree, Jerry Stone?
Sure.
All right. All right, so we want to be down here, off the floor. All right, so we can pick up this first lane space here, and then we got this across. All right, next. Back up. All right, right here. Do not stand there. All right, you stand there, you get elbowed in the face, and then you throw somebody out the game. They call Aaron. Aaron's gonna say, "Go ahead, come on, man." All right, next. Violations. So if the only violation is by the free throw or a teammate of the free throw, meaning the offense, all right, the ball becomes dead. No points can be scored. All right, so if the offense violates, meaning the guy in the free throw lane space, he steps in before the ball is, I keep hearing shot, release, and we move on to release. He steps in before the ball is released, the ball becomes dead, we can't score. Free throw shooter steps over the line, all right, ball's dead, we cannot score a point. All right, next. If the violation is by the free thrower's opponent only, meaning the defense, all right, if we have a successful try, the goal counts, and the violation is ignored. So if the defense steps in, we're going to indicate by what? Delayed dead ball signal, right? So if the ball goes in, then we're going to drop our hand and we're going to ignore it. If delayed ball signal, and he misses, then we're gonna blow the whistle, raise our hand, stop the violation. Amen? All right. Next, on simultaneous violation, all right, the ball becomes dead. Some of y'all sound dead. No points can be scored, and we're going to resume play by what? If we have a double violation, we're going to resume play by what? How do we get the ball? Possession arrow. Thank you. And we're going to put the ball in play where? Somebody say deadline. By rule, it's the spot nearest to where the violation occurred. Okay? Next. One free throw followed by the other. One violation followed. So we got a violation by one team, second violation by the next team. So the first violation is by the defense, all right, and then by the offense. So let's first of all look at people in the marked lane spaces, just the marked lane spaces. So if the defense steps in first, and then the offense steps in, we're going to ignore the second violation. So when the defense steps in, delayed ball, offense steps in, doesn't matter, we got the shot, it goes, we're going to score. Okay? Questions on that? Second violation is by the free thrower or teammate behind the free throw line or the three-point line. All right, so don't get confused. There's a difference between the people in the free throw, in the marked lane spaces versus the people behind the free throw lane line or behind the three-point line. So if the defense steps in first, then somebody from behind the three-point line goes running in, trying to dunk it or whatever the case may be. Then what we're going to do is we're going to penalize both, just as if it was a simultaneous violation. Amen? All right. Next, the exceptions. So we have a violation by a free thrower if it followed distraction. If you've been reading your rule book, they took out the word disconcertion, because I don't think anybody knew what it meant, but it now says distraction. So if the defense, it starts, distracts the offensive player and then the offensive player violates, we're going to ignore that and we're going to only penalize the distraction. Everybody good with that? If we have that, then we're going to give it a substitute free throw. So if we're shooting one-on-one, the defense does something to try to distract, or it's clapping, they always raise their hand in front of the shooter, something that you determine is either disconcertion or distraction, we're going to give a substitute free throw. Second exception, back up, is a fake by the opponent. So if the fake causes the free thrower or the teammate to violate, then we're going to only penalize the fake. So don't get that confused to where we have the defense, then the offense, or they move in at the same time, and we're going to penalize. We're not going to penalize the other team if one team fakes. Is that understood? Fakes or distracts, we're only going to penalize those. Question?
Following distraction by the opponent, free thrower makes it, but violates, we're still shooting another one, right?
He said, so the question is, if the defense fakes, distracts, and then the offensive guy shoots it, and it goes in, but he violates, Jerry. It's a good question, interpret.
You're doing okay, go in there.
So if he distracts, we're going to penalize that first. So then we're going to score it. All right? Questions on that? Everybody understand what he said? Guy distracts, free thrower, then violates, and shoots. We're only going to penalize the distraction. We're going to let him score that basket. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at the video. If we can go to in this first one, go to, while we load this up, I want to thank Jerry Reggets for putting these together. We're going to go to the 1 minute and 45 seconds in this. I really want to take time again to thank Jerry Reggets for putting this. He spent a lot of time putting together a lot of videos from your training this summer. Those depicted in these videos, it's not to embarrass anyone. This is just for example, so we can all get better, okay? But thank you, Jerry Reggets, for doing that. All right, stop it right there. Back it up a little bit. Back it up, please.
I know,
All right.
Got that.
So right here, the first thing, let's look at positioning right here. So our C is right here, and that's actually an observer. If we can move it up a little bit, go to the count. All right. So first of all, let's look at positioning. Stop it right there. Our C is talking to an observer here, but normally we wouldn't have a fan. But again, we want to be about 6 feet off and 3 foot back. Not necessarily in a bad position, maybe you can adjust to where Larry's actually standing. Our trail, now, it should be down here, normally. But he's going back here because he has players in the back court. Okay, so this is fine here. We've got players in the back court, and especially the closer they are, we want to get back there with them. That's going to cause us a problem if we don't. We at least need to be aware, tell the slot, hey, I got people in the back, and we're going back here to take care of that. All right, go ahead. So the free thrower has the ball. Let's watch this guy right here, behind the three-point line. Stop. Everybody see that? The guy behind the three-point line came running in, all right, before the ball hit the rim. So we have a violation, right? So we have a violation on the offensive player, all right? The next one, go to the next video clip, please. Anybody have any questions on free throws while we're looking that up? Any questions? All right, and the second one, let's go to the 10-second mark in this video. All right, pause it right there. Positioning. All right. Lead's fine, we're going to administer here. Trail. All right, not too bad. All right, and our slot probably needs a little bit back. It's probably talking to the observer right here, but again, we want to be somewhere in here. It says white lines, so we want to come out about 6 feet on the floor, about 3 feet back. All right, go ahead and roll that one. Actually, I'm sorry. Go ahead, and that's just the positioning one. And the last one here, real quick. Can go to the 10-minute and 11-second mark. 10 minutes and 11 seconds. Anyone have questions on positioning? All right. Again, when we are on free throws, remember we don't want to relax. This is not our time to relax. It's our time to become alive because a lot of stuff can happen. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
So on this one,
Good.
yes. Just the second one. All right, thank you. We're going to the second one. See if y'all can see what happens right here. Y'all see that? All right, so the guy was administering the ball. The lead was administering the ball. The offensive player came running in while he was administering the ball. Trick question. In that play, by show of hands, how many of you all think it was a violation? Player came running in as the lead was bouncing the ball. Raise your hands. Don't be scared. You think it was a violation? If you think it should have been reset, that the official should have waited, raise your hand. All right. So, who said the violation first? You did? That's okay. You part of the family. That's what we all talk about. I don't get them all right. Why do you think it was a violation? All right, somebody, why do you think it was a violation? Who said it was a violation? Tell me why you think it was a violation. So I hear the official had administered the ball, okay? Was the ball at the free thrower's disposal? No. I hear no because why, Craig Turner? Why was the ball not at his disposal? He did not have possession of the ball. So would everybody agree the ball was not at his disposal because he had not received the ball yet? So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we do a sweep to make sure everyone's in before, line our people up, before we administer the ball, before we bounce it to him. If he had the ball and that guy can't run it in, violation, right? All right. All right, that's all I have. Thank you. I appreciate your attention.
Yeah, question?
Yes, sir. You're the calling official? We're going table side? All right. The book says 28-foot line, table side, just off the sideline. Oh, so the 500 level. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But the high school can't make the call, go to the 28 line, and you stay there. Which means that you don't like to call, you talk to the kid. Nobody else is what you're saying. You can address them. And if you say something else, you back away. If you are in the middle of the court on the first shot, you're going to holler. If somebody just wants to stick a man, go give a tap.
Okay. So what Fred said is exactly right. And if y'all remember what I said, I'm gonna tell you what's in the book. So you're exactly right, Fred. The 28-foot line, near the sideline is where we want to be. But what I said was the 500 level, and that's something you have to use on your own judgment. You know, if it's a heated call, again, I said we're not going to run away. The coach has a question, we're going to answer his question. We don't respond to statements, right? So what Fred says, if you're standing out there, then the coach is going to come on out on the floor. Now, if you feel like you don't need to be near that coach and you stand out there, and that's the whole reason you went anyway, and he came out on the floor, now that's defendable. Because when Aaron gets the tape, he came out on the floor. Or if he's yelling, talking about your mama, everyone can hear it. Now, if you go over there and stand next to him, you might be putting yourself in. And again, everybody has different in ways in which they communicate and deal with coaches. If it's a coach that you and him might have some bad blood, you might not want to be over there. If it's somebody you have a rapport with and you can talk to, okay. But again, if you're over here and he wants to say something, everybody can hear. So again, what's in the book, like Fred said, the mechanic is 28-foot line near the sideline. I just gave you some 500 level stuff. You make your own decisions in how you approach it. Everybody good with that? All right, thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Very good question. Very good question, Fred, on that situation. Hopefully I can help you out and help you cover that situation. This summer, I had an opportunity to talk to the coaches as they came to the over Armstrong and they went over Highland Springs. And I said, as a board, what can we do better? And they looked at me and they said, they don't know how to talk to me. Communication is bad. And another thing, that trail official, he don't get to that 28-foot line. I look at my film, and he's a half court. But we don't need that guy. So I said, oh, that's a good point. I said, you got any film? So you sent me some film. And I looked at it. We wasn't getting to the 28-foot line. So we can improve on that. Now, our communication. we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna try to give you some ammunition. Hopefully everyone see, the paper here, some things you can say to the coach. Talking basketball terms. Think about it. The coach, the game is for the players and the coach. When you put that black and white shirt on, people, you look upon, you're supposed to be perfect. Are we perfect? No. You're supposed to be able to say the right thing, do the right thing. You're supposed to be just perfect, and we're not perfect. But we can work on it. I was in a game the other day, and the coach said, "Who was that young fellow over there?" I said, "He's good, isn't he?" "Yeah, he's good. He looked good. Got good with Kevin. He don't know how to talk to coaches. He got to learn." And that's something, people, that we don't learn till after we've been in it 20, 25 years. I'm a better official now, but can't run as fast as I used to. But I'm thinking, and I know what to say, and I enjoy it. So hopefully I can give you something that will help you. Except if you got a block charge situation. You got a block charge situation. Okay? Tough play to go either way. Coach call you over. Say, look, you let them finish. Let them finish. And you may say, coach, he had 2 feet on the ground facing, and then walk over. You can say something like that. Or the guy gets fouled on the shot. He gets fouled on the shot, but he didn't let him land. Let him finish again. Listen. He said, I called the foul, but he didn't let him land. He came under him, coach. And then get yourself away. Don't stand there and go back and forth. We have to learn to be a good listener. Go to the next. We have to learn to be a good listener. We said that, excuse me, guys, please don't talk. We said that, but are we really know what that means when you say a good listener? Now, what comes to your mind? Let's look at Dominique. Dominique, you're a young official, you coming on. What comes to your mind? Stand up, please. Come to your mind when it says a good listener. What comes to your mind, people?
We can direct that to coach. Nod, he's talking to you, actively listening to him, and I'm saying, like you nodding right now, saying, okay, I agree with you, but I understand what you're saying, coach, and then we'll take a look at it.
Okay, that's good. Anybody else have any things when you say good listening? Always, okay, yes.
Seeing what he wants to address.
Seeing what he wants to address. Okay, good. Anybody else? We got some veteran officials who've been doing this. When it says a good listening.
Eye contact.
Eye contact. Oh, okay. All that plays a part. Thank you. Eye contact. What I usually do, I'm not saying it works for me. He called me over. I let before I say anything, I listen to him. Okay, listen to his concern. Because are we always right? No. So I'm gonna listen to his concern. And then after that, I may say to him, we're gonna take a good look at it. I understand what you mean, coach. You walk over. I always lower my voice. I understand your concern, coach. And walk away. Now, is it gonna work every time? It might. It may not. It may not work for you. Okay? Let's move on to another situation here with coaching. You begin your game, the ball thrown up, and the coach is out of the coach's box. Out of the coach's box, and he is clapping his hand, waving. How we gonna handle that? We gotta get in what? In the box, right? We're supposed to be in the box. As a veteran official, Craig Turner, what would you say to a guy that's out of the box? He's out of the box. Not following you, coaching, but he's out of the box. What we gonna do with him, Craig? What you think?
Very first thing I would do is, first first opportunity I would have, and first dead ball, I would go over there and talk to him. And I would probably say, Coach, can you do me a favor tonight? Can you stay in the box for me? Do me a favor.
Okay, anybody else? Anybody else? Yeah, in the back, yeah, preferably yes, veteran guys, step up. So we help our young guys, yes. Yes.
It must be marked. Communicate, yeah.
Okay, good, good. You want to mark the coaching box? Go ahead.
Just let them know. I'll ask the assistant, I need your help. Keep me back.
That's true. Okay, good.
I think that assistant involved, but I also tell the head coach to get me I need your help.
There you go. Good point. Good point. Anybody else have anything to add? Where? Okay, yes.
I like the point that Craig said, but as far as game management, by the way, that's your one. You can't keep on doing the same thing all the time.
Okay, all right. That's what she would like to do. Okay. Here we go. Go.
He's off a little bit down on the floor and then from the table, just ignore it. Now, he gets Saturday, goes to the same coach, he's in the back. You know, you don't want to be petty, keep going on the basketball, then watch the game.
Okay.
It's not a pro. You know, you got everybody's at the what they gonna say, I get out of pro, I don't have mine.
Gotcha. All right. Okay, I got something I want you to put in your bag. Coach out the box. Not bothering you. He's coaching his team. He's excited about a play. He's out of the box. I go over and get to him. Coach, what can I do to help you stay in the box tonight? You know what he's gonna turn? Oh, I'm sorry. I asked him a question. I didn't want to tee him up. I'm not gonna say, Coach, get back in the box. Then he can feel like I'm not approaching. He can feel like, what's wrong with you, man? I got a basketball game. I simply walk back. Thanks. What can I do to help you stay in the box? What can I do to help you stay in the box? Very simple, very easy. May not happen with everybody. Ask the question. That helps. Okay? Put it in your bag of tricks, okay? Put it in your bag. Next one I got for you. Assistant coach. Now, head coach sitting down. Assistant coach standing up. Going off. Every time you go to the basket, he wants a foul. He's standing up. We don't both have assistant coach standing up. These are the things that's going to happen. So you have to have a little ammunition with you. How would you handle that, Morton?
Thing about assistant coaches is, you know, I think we can use them as an asset when needed. Obviously, if they are negative to the point right away where it's at the foul is appropriate, that calls itself. And it's significant because then the head coach loses a coaching box privileges the rest of that game. But for the most part, I find interaction with assistant coaches to be a positive thing, to be a tool for you. You know, you might have somebody just talk about coaching box. I've asked an assistant say, he's out of the box, help me out with that. Remind him when he's out of the box. He might just need coaching, right? Or might need a player with 32 cannot keep your shirt in. I've asked 3 or 4 times. Something with that, or I'm not going to let it play. Something like that. So obviously the negative situation with assistant coaches is going to call itself, but use an assistant as an asset. It might be a timeout. The coach is in the hall dealing with the players. Assistant might ask you for about play. You know, obviously we're going to respond to the question, statement, but you tell them what you have, and it builds rapport with the bench for that game, and I think it should be a good thing.
Very good, very good. Anybody else have anything that, these are some of the situations in which you're going to have in your ball game. So we have to, I'm gonna get to it. We have to be approachable. We can't be a hard person. Okay? You can't do that. Jesse, you're a veteran.
I would probably say if it was me.
Yes.
And assistant coach was up like, yeah, I run my coach, can you help me with him? Hey, coach, can you help me a little bit, make it simple, easy.
Very good.
Keep doing it, I'm gonna bust.
I want to go to the fact that tell the man I'm gonna bust you. Yeah, I understand. All right, a little bit more ammunition I want to give you, okay? Assistant coach standing up, like you say, you run by and ask that. There's a timeout or anytime you can get over there to him. And you say, Coach, I need your help on the situation. First, I got his ear. Every time we run down this end of the court, the assistant coach is standing. We don't want to penalize him. What are you gonna do? Go right there to him. Hey, look, man, have a seat. Have a seat. Okay? I gave it to him. I didn't do it in a threatening way. He responded. I got what I wanted. The assistant coach is sitting down, and we move on. But you have to learn how to be approachable in everything that you do. And you have to learn how to, in your ball game, we can all call fouls, but we got to be ready for that sideline. We got one more for you, a couple more for you. Play, going down this end. Ball going in the bag, a little contact. We let it go. Play go down this end, a little contact. We got and one. So the coach goes and says, come here for a second. He said, now, let's be consistent. When you go down this end, you let my guys play, but when I come back down this end, you get the other team and one. All I want y'all to do is be consistent. He got a legit question though. He got a legit question, so you got to be ready. So how are you going to respond to that? How would you respond to that? Anybody in here?
I'd probably say, coach, you're right. You missed that.
Okay, good. Is Duncan here? Duncan, how would you respond to that?
I would say the same thing that, Jessica said, but I would also say, I think that the difference in the plays, and point out the difference in the plays, which is I really need to.
You know what? Very good. Okay, put this in your bag. How about, if he call you over, you lend him the ear, you let him finish, and what I said is, Coach, you got a good point. I'm gonna talk to my crew about that. Walk on the easy. Now, how can he be mad at me? You got a good point. I'm gonna talk to my crew about that. Something very easy, very simple. That's where we can grow. These are opportunities where you can grow. Okay? So you got situations there, coaches out of the car. You got a situation there where, hey, look, and one down here. We got a situation here where the game is lopsided. We got to be prepared. I worked a couple of games. I didn't like one of them. Or we let the foul count get out of hand too much. We got to be aware of foul count because it brings the coach involved into the game. Foul count get 10-3. He think he's getting ripped. Yes. As a coach, if you was a coach, you playing on zone, other team is pressing. Foul count go 10-3. Alarm must go off in your head that the coach going to ask you a question. And you have to be prepared to say something to him. Sometimes it takes, guess what? Coach, you're absolutely right. Sometimes you gotta admit when you're wrong. You can't be wrong all night long. You can't give that all night long. Okay, so I just gave you some tools. Situation what Fred talked about. Is it a college mechanic that when you call a foul, try to get away from the coach, stand out there? Yeah, it is. He tried to give you 500 level. You make a call. You at the trail. That first shot, I like 500 level. Walk away. If he wants you, he goes, Hayward, I'm gonna go over and listen. If he come on the floor, no. Everybody, the camera see it, everybody sees that. We have to do what we have to do then. But if he wants you, Haywood, come in for a second. Haywood, sure, I'm coming. I'm listening. Whatever he says. Then I'm gonna walk away. Last shot, 28-foot line. Think about this, people. We're trying to keep you out of the suit. If you call a foul and you walk right there to the 28-foot line, it's just like asking a lady to go dance. You're not gonna ask her to go dance on the other side of the court. But if she's right here, you're gonna say, hey, would you like to dance? And the coach will look at you, he can be in your ear. You right in the box. So we're trying to avoid that. We're trying to avoid it. Get away. Get away from him. If he wants you, feel it. You go over there, you don't put your hand up. This is one thing I hopefully we can delete. Because of the fact, if we go and ask the person to stop, that's enough. You in my face. Get your hand out of my face. Right? As a coach. Nobody here wants their hand in the face. Sometimes you talking to him, he doesn't respond. You may have to say, Coach, I think you're being a little unreasonable. Walk on. If he comes on the floor, oh, everybody sees. But if he coming right here, sometimes you got to take that. Okay? All right, I have some more things I want to share with you about communications. But go ahead. Good listening. Always be calm. That's hard. Always be calm. Whenever you're talking to a coach. He's up here, you go down here. Let him get his point across. And guess what? You don't have to have the last word. I got a good friend, he's gonna have the last word. He's gonna get the last word in. You don't have to have it. So work on that. Don't take it personal. And think about you going into a ball game. You going to the ball game, wife is on you, had a bad day on the job, now you're gonna do a ball game. Your mind not clear. Your mind is not, you running late for the game, just getting there, throwing your clothes on, your mind is not clear. I can see right now how many, we've been in a situation, quick technical foul. Most times we give a quick technical foul during that time. So learn these things, be calm. You don't have to have the last word. Don't intensify anything. Be understanding. Let the coach complete. Now if he's hollering, using his hands, the coach, I'll let you talk to him, please don't use your hand. Okay? You get to thinking about that thing for a minute. Okay? So hopefully I have given you some tools so you can start your season. Or just try. Craig.
As a young official, the coach asked a question, and I just don't know what to ask, what he's asking, or what to say to him. What do you do in that situation?
Young guy.
Young guy just don't know what to say to him.
Young guy, he don't know what to say. Try to use some of the tools. If you don't know what to say, don't say nothing. For right now, you're a young guy. Because what gets us in trouble when we say the wrong thing? Then he gets a phone call. Don't say it. If you don't know what to say, and I'll get back to you later. Or don't say anything at all. I will use that tactic. Okay? Anybody have any question about communication? Come on.
In that situation, I hear you.
There you go. Yeah, you can use that. Soft, get your, I need you so and get that. That's fine. Any other situation about communication? I hope that you terminology here. Let's try to avoid having a blogs where we've got one person calling block and one person calling charge. Use the paper. Post, pause, process. If we do that, people, and stay to our principle, we will cut out the block charge situation. Okay? Post to file, pause. If your partner have a postal, then you process. Okay? All right, part 2. At the end of the meeting, could I just see you just for a minute? All right? All right, okay.
All right, Aaron has 3 things to give you, and we're adjourned.
I'm easy. I'm gonna send out an email. I would like you to use the CVBOA number to text and call. I will also send out the email you should be using for basketball. Okay? Now, I had a question. How can I turn in a game? You cannot text me to turn in a game. It requires a phone call and or an email. Please do not text me to turn in a game. The reason why is we have several things going on. I utilize your email to check myself. So if you need to get out of the game, if you call me, I'm going to answer the phone. I may not be at the desk, but I answer the phone because I like to be available to you. And I will normally ask you to send me an email. I will take care of it. But if I ask you to send me an email, don't text me. I cannot follow up if you text me. So the email is my checklist of what I need to complete. All right, thanks. That's all I got.
I'm sorry.
We still in
I think I'm good. I'm just gonna start packing up, man.